Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Chemical Guys Detail Garage. On today's video, we're spotlighting one of our most popular polishing kits, and that is the TORQ 22D polishing kit. Now this kit is great because it features the TORQ 22D polisher. The TORQ 22D polisher is awesome because it has a 21mm long throw, which means that you get more surface coverage with less passes. So if you're working on a larger vehicle such as a truck, a boat, an RV, you name it, if it's big, the TORQ 22D is what you're going to want to go ahead and use. You also get that with the 6-inch backing plate. So not only do you have a long throw, but you have a nice big backing plate to go ahead and cover that throw. So you get a lot more coverage done with minimal passes. This kit does come with a variety of products such as the Chemical Guys V-line. Now the V-line is great because it comes with 2 compounds and 2 polishes in a 4-ounce size. V32 is your extreme grade compound. So that means that when the paint is super neglected, super scratched, swirled, and oxidized like no tomorrow, then you're gonna wanna go ahead and go with V32 because that's the most aggressive compound. V34 is a hybrid grade compound that works out great for removing light to medium scratches and swirls and imperfections in paint. So if the paint isn't too neglected, but it's still neglected enough that you have to go ahead and say that you have to use a compound on it, V34 is going to work out great. V36, it's a light cutting polish, which means that it's going to work out great for removing light scratches, swirls, light imperfections in the paint, such as those, light oxidation, water spots, and etc. And then coming finally to V38, which is your final grade polish. Now V38 is great for giving you that final jewel, kind of like that cherry on top of your polish. Whenever you're done removing all those scratches and swirls on the paint, V38 is going to be there for you to go ahead and bring out that luster, that depth, and that ultimate clarity and shine. Now, what are all these compounds and polishes without some great pads? Now, this kit also does come with the Hexlogic pads. You get 3 different ones. You get an orange cutting pad, a white polishing pad, and a black finishing pad. So you get a pad for each process that you want to go ahead and do and to use with your Chemical Guys V-line. Now, the orange pad, that's going to work out great with V32, V34, and V36. Because remember, all these products are cutting products. So whenever you want to go ahead and cut, they're all going to work out great with that orange pad because the orange pad is going to help you remove light, medium, up to heavy imperfections. So whether you want to go ahead and use it with a finer polish such as V36, that's going to work out great for removing light to medium imperfections. But if you do have to go with something more aggressive, you have V34 and V32 in the worst case scenario. Now on this truck right here, we decided to go ahead and do the least aggressive approach. So we decided to use V36 with an orange pad first. And that's simply because we want to make sure that if there's less work that we can get the job done, then we're going to go ahead and do that. We don't want to cut more life out of the paint than necessary by going with the more aggressive compound. We want to make sure that we start off with the least aggressive approach because remember, anytime you polish, you do diminish a light layer out of your clear coat. So you want to make sure that you polish responsibly and polish only when necessary. On this black GMC, we washed the vehicle using citrus washing gloss. We fully dried it and then we pulled it into our garage so that we can clay it and get it prepped for the polishing process. So now that the vehicle is prepped, we decided to go ahead and tape off the hood into a half so that you guys can see a clear before and after of what using this kit can do for your paint. Now on this black paint, it looks super neglected, super scratched up, it's swirled, you have a lot of water spots, you have a lot of stuff going on in the paint. You have a ton of imperfections that need to be corrected. So the first thing that we decided to do was use our orange cutting pad with V36 light cutting polish. Now we decided to go with this combination because remember, we want to go with the least aggressive approach because we want to minimize the amount of clear coat that we cut from the surface. So we ended up polishing the right side of the hood using V36 with the orange pad, and that worked out phenomenal. It gave us the results that we wanted and a lot better results than we expected. We didn't have to go with the more aggressive approach such as V34 and or V32. V36 was a perfect solution for this paint. So once we finished hitting it with V36 and the orange pad, we decided that we want to go ahead and get that nice high shine finish and that ultra clarity. We followed it up by using V38 final grade polish with our white polishing pad, and that gave us that 100% clarity and shine that we were looking for after giving it that light cut with the lighter polish with V36. So following it up with V38 definitely gave us those high shine results that we were looking for, and we're overall happy with the results that we achieved on this truck. So you can see there and then from the unpolished side versus the polished side that the polished side looks a lot more black, has a lot more depth, a lot more clarity, and it looks a lot better. The left side still has a lot of neglect. You still have a lot of scratches, swirls, water spots, marring. You have a ton of stuff going on the left side, but you can see a true distinct kind of difference between the two sides of unpolished versus the polished side. And finally, that brings us back to our final pad, which is the black finishing pad. So you use it once you're done polishing. You can use it to apply your favorite coat of sealant and/or wax, spread a nice fine coat onto the paint, and you can do that by machine. So if you have a large area, if you have a large truck that you want to go ahead and wax, remember at the beginning of the video when I told you that you can use this to wax your car as well? Well, that's what we're going to go ahead and do. So we use our black finishing pad with a little bit of wax. We wax the side that we polished on the right side just so that you guys can see how much more the wax kind of brings out the shine of the paint, and we want to make sure to protect the paint once we're done polishing it as well. So remember, anytime you polish, you want to make sure that, regardless of where you polish, how much you polish, you want to make sure that you follow it up with the coat of protection, whether it be a sealant or a wax. Just make sure to slap one of those on to protect your paint and to bring out that shine. Best practice for using these products is whenever you go ahead and apply the product onto the surface, you want to make sure to blot it out into the area that you're going to be working in. We recommend working in a 2x2 section and then spreading out your product on speed setting 1. So with these DA polishers, they work out great because they have that orbital motion, so that whenever you put it on speed setting 1, it spreads a nice fine coat onto the surface that you're going to work it onto, so that you don't throw it on a high speed setting and kind of fling your product all over the place. So by working it in on a light speed setting 1, just go ahead and cover the areas that you're going to be working in, and then you can go ahead and turn on to the high speed setting to fully work it until it's fully translucent, and then you'll know that you can go ahead and wipe it right off with a nice microfiber towel. Whenever you're applying your waxes, you want to do it on speed setting 1, because remember, you're not working the wax into the paint, you simply want to go ahead and apply a light layer onto the paint. So by spreading it out on speed setting 1, that's going to go ahead and give you a nice uniform coat throughout the surface, and then that you can go ahead and do your entire vehicle with. So once you're done finished polishing the paint and you've applied your coat of wax, now you have that ultra clarity, ultra depth, and that ultra shine to go ahead and enhance, so that you're not driving around with all those hideous scratches and swirls on your ride. Everything that I'm talking about today comes in a nice convenient kit. So if you guys like the products that we used today to polish this GMC, make sure to visit our website, chemicalguys.com, and pick up your TORQ 22D kit today. As always, my name is Joey. This is Chemical Guys Detail Garage. We'll see you guys next time.